everybody. Welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. And we're really excited today. We're doing something a little bit different. Just like we did with Bridgerton, part one, we are giving you our part one thoughts of the Chicken Sisters, the new series coming to Hallmark, Hallmark Plus, the new streaming service. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to have an analysis of the pilot. We're going to have some other full podcast episodes. But we thought I'd give you this little review and spoiler free. I'm film critic Reese Wagner. Lisa's here.
Hi, everybody.
How are ya?
Hanging in there.
Yeah. So we had this interesting series coming to the Hallmark Plus with the Chicken Sisters. It has a great cast. You can't deny that, with Leah Thompson, Wendy Malick, Skylar Fisk, a really fun cast, Hector Rivera, who we've had on the podcast. And the basic premise is you have this small town, and they have this rivalry between these chicken restaurants. And those go back many generations. And what has caused a problem is that Skylar's character has married the son of one of the other of the rival. So she's like the Juliet of this situation. Romeo. And so that makes things complicated. But they find out that there is this reality television show, Kitchen Rivalry, Kitchen Clash, it's called. And so all of a sudden they have to kind of work together to be on this show. And so overall, what did you think of the first 4 episodes, spoiler free?
I like the premise of the show a lot. I really am a fan of those kitchen shows. I watch Chopped. I like that kind of stuff. I like this idea of a show coming into town. But one of the things that I enjoy the most is that this is based on a friendship feud. And usually it is a family feud. And so it starts out 2 friends, Mimi and Franny, who are friends, and then they have a falling out. And that turns into where the town decides to pick sides. Like, are you a Mimi or a Franny's? And so I really like the premise. I do think that, and trust me, I grew up on Lifetime. I was like, Rachel Wagner, am I watching a Lifetime show?
Yeah, it is pretty shocking. I do think that a lot of the traditional Hallmark fans are going to be pretty shocked. And it's hard. I feel a little conflicted because on one hand, I want to say to the brand, like, take risks, keep expanding what you're doing, tell more stories. Don't always just tell the same stories over and over again. So on one hand, I kind of want to like applaud them for some of the risks taken in here. Some of the, we're all grown-ups. We can handle some, more mature themes and things like that. All of that I'm a fan of. Unfortunately, I just wasn't a big fan of these first 4 episodes. We'll see if they can turn it around. I just felt like everybody was so unpleasant. And maybe that part of it is that I'm going into a Hallmark show expecting some nice people, but everybody was really tough. Everybody had an axe to grind. Everybody has it's not just, it'd be one thing if it was just the 2 moms and everybody else was kind of like, what is going on here? This is ridiculous. Like, there's a great movie on Hallmark Channel called Pumpkin Pie Wars. Well, maybe great movie's too strong, but it's very entertaining. And like the 2 moms have this rivalry and they don't get along, but like secretly behind the scenes, the 2 dads are like playing golf on a regular basis and they go along great. And then the 2 kids fall in love. And so I don't know, I just kind of wish, and maybe they will, like I said, we've only seen the first 4 episodes, but this show does go a lot of places that are more Lifetime-y, like you were saying. Again, no spoilers, but there's infidelity, there's there's infidelity, there's revenge, there's anger, there's a lot of darkness.
Well,
things childhood trauma, all of that is in here, alcoholism. So yeah, I didn't love the show. We'll see if it kind of comes around for me, but I guess they took a swing, so I give them some credit for that.
Well, it's like you said, they took a lot of risks, and that's, that's something that we can be excited about. But it was like they took every risk. They were like,
Yeah,
"You know what?
yeah,
Let's put every risk in this show and see what happens." And I would agree that the majority of characters are not pleasant. There is so in the story, there's Leah Thompson and Wendy Malick, who are, one is Franny's, one is Mimi's, and then the Mimi's mom had two daughters.
yeah,
Granddaughter is probably the only
yeah.
character that is pleasant and has
It's
really
true.
cute hairstyles for someone like who doesn't live in the city. It might be something
Yeah,
you would see from someone who lived in a more urban area.
yeah.
But
That's true, but she's not in the show that much.
yeah, they need
The
to up
teenager
her part.
more. Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of our quick thoughts on the first 4 episodes. We'll definitely be curious to see what everybody else thinks. And like I said, we'll do some kind of coverage. I don't think it's not going to be every 2 episodes like we've sometimes done. But yeah, let us know what you think. And if people want to follow you on social media, how do they do that?
Yeah, my probably most basic and open is my Instagram, which is Mona Lisa, MONALYSA 14 at Instagram.com. And I post about the books I read and about my pets.
Great. Yeah, we'll put that down below. And if you can follow me at Rachel's Reviews, all of our social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. Check that out. Also, make sure that you're following the podcast, the Hallmarkies Pod, the Hallmarkies Podcast, all of our social media. If you are listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. We really appreciate that. And if you are watching on YouTube, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that so much. And we also have our Patreon group and our merch store. Check that out. And thanks so much. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Yay.